Welcome to the action, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jack. I am your commentator, and we're here with MOR Esports for the first race of today. This is, of course, the 12 p.m. social race, and we've got a little bit of rain here at Silverstone. We always know Britain characteristic for a little bit of the open heavens. Not in real life recently. It's been quite the heat wave, it must be said. But we've got some rain during one-shot qualifying. How is that going to shake things up? Lunar Eclipse in the chat saying I'm being Kiki's engineer. I wonder if that might help Kiki a little bit. Lunar Eclipse definitely with some good insight. We've got Griff as well saying, hey JP, welcome in Griff. Great to see you in the stream. Apparently it's raining all weekend, so it's going to be a little bit damp, shall we say. I'm very well, thank you, Griff. Hope you are doing well too. I'm very excited for this race. Silverstone, always a great track. Obviously, it gets a bit shaken up with the different sort of format, with the one-shot qualifying and with the 35% race, as Oliver87 Gamer Twitch comes in with the on-screen celebration over on Twitch. Thank you very much, Oliver, for that. Really do appreciate all of the support that you guys show us. And this one-shot qualifying, hopefully, should be quite close. Thank you very much, Griff. I do appreciate that. I am very glad to be back, as that was someone going round during qualifying as we were trying to get towards the top. That was MGA that has been off the road, and Kiki, with Lunar Eclipse's guidance, is currently on provisional pole position as we go towards Stowe Corner. Can the Williams car try and take a wet pole position? All out of shape, though, on the exit of Stowe. But Sander is getting involved as well. So is Lawless Fever, as through the final chicane. Is Kiki going to take it at the death? It looks like it. Across the line we go. I think Kiki may have invalidated. No, there was just a bit of lag. Kiki is on the pole position. Lawless Fever in second place. Griff saying, not sure if you remember last week, I mentioned I had an interview today for an apprenticeship. I got it. Congratulations, Griff. That's awesome news. I'm over the moon for you, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Congratulations, mate. That's wicked. Absolutely wicked. Is Kiki that is on pole then from Lawless Fever. Sander in third with Robin in fourth, and Execution is same in fifth. Ladies and gentlemen, it should be a pretty good and a pretty close race. The British Grand Prix is up next. We haven't got the formation lap on. I completely forgot about that. So we go racing at a very wet Silverstone. I'm sure everyone is going to be on the full wets. No, we've got a few people on the intermediate tyres. Kiki from pole position starting on the inters. Definitely not ready for inters. This track is Kiki already down to 3rd place. We've got Lawless Fever in 2nd with Robin now as your leader. As that is a big crash there in the background. And that is, I believe, Executioner's same. And that is Lawless Fever, who was challenging for the lead, is now all the way down in 19th place. We've got Ollie G and CK9 as well, who have been involved in some sort of incident. It is very, very wet here at Silverstone. That's another car going off the road, and that's Foliated Dam in the background as well, down to 18th as we start the run towards Copse Corner. Robin is your leader. Kiki in 2nd place. It's the Stubler in 3rd with Ert Sander in 4th. Cam Ruddy's 5th with Ollie Football in 6th place. Plain Gaming 7th. Tom is 8th with MGA in 9th. It is absolutely chucking it down at Silverstone. Somehow Kiki surviving in 2nd on the intermediate tyres. It's a bold call to start on the inters, but I guess if the rain does ease up through the race, Kiki really just has to survive on the inters and then won't have to make the pit stop for the inters as they started on them. As we come towards the club chicane then, for the first time, it is Robin that is your leader. Kiki in 2nd place. The Stubler running in 3rd. As Harry losing a position, then gaining a position, then losing a position. So Harry doing the hokey cokey down in 11th place. Robin still your leader for Cadillac. And I never thought I would say anything about a Cadillac winning, as Supersonic now gets a 10-second penalty, and that is going to be a car in the wall, and that is Supersonic into the barriers. The McLaren driver now down to 20th and last. Robin is still your leader. We've got Kiki in 2nd. We know Kiki has got a race engineer today, that person being Lunar Eclipse. And I wonder how much that is helping Kiki. We're on board with the Williams car of Kiki, who's trying to chase down Robin, already dropping the Stubler and Sander a little bit. It doesn't matter that the gap is over a second. You won't hear me drudging on about the fact that there's a second gap between this person and this person, because there's no overtake boost in the wet anyway. So there will be no need for second gaps or anything like that. It's just maybe people getting dropped a little bit. Robin all out of shape on the exit, of Maggotts and Beckett's. And as we go towards Stowe Corner, V1 Aviation, if you are looking to join, I will send the link to the website into the TikTok chat. All you've got to do is paste the link into your web browser. It's not a Discord link, it is a website link. Sign up through our website and you will be able to get involved. End of lap 3 then. Robin with the fastest lap of the race. The Stubler getting involved in this fight as well. Sander falling a little bit off the back as we've got MGA and Ollie Football doing battle through the first couple of corners. Is Ollie going to have to defend here? It doesn't look like it. Griff saying, JP, did you see Hajar's out for Zandvoort? I heard rumours of it, that he had some sort of wrist injury and wouldn't be racing. But I didn't, when I last checked anyway, I didn't see that it was confirmed or not confirmed yet. From what I heard, it's going to be Lawson in the Red Bull and then Sonoda in the V car replacing Lawson. And I must say, Lawson's one of my favourite F1 drivers, so I really hope he has a good weekend. And literally, as we're talking about it, I've just got the notification saying that it's like confirmed. As that is contact there between the Williams and the Red Bull. Aviation saying, it says the website is down for scheduled maintenance. That is a good point. I completely forgot about that. If you, in the top left, you'll obviously see MOR Esports, you'll see the likes, whatever. Click on our logo and go onto our profile, and there is just a straight link to our Discord in our bio. So just go straight to our bio, and yeah, you should be able to get in the Discord a little bit easier. No problem. We look forward to having you race with us. The intermediate tyres looking decent then. The wets still definitely quicker, I would have said. But Kiki is hounding down the pressure. That is another thing as well that you bring up, Elijah, is that it's a sprint weekend. So not much practice for Lawson in the Red Bull. Not much practice for Sonoda in the RB. I do wonder how that is really going to affect those two, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if both of them just finish outside of the points and have a pretty subpar weekend. But I am a big Liam Lawson fan, so I do really hope that he can kind of shine and maybe put himself back onto Red Bull's radar. Because, yeah, those 2 races that he got were not enough. Simple as. Griff saying Liam has got so used to his Racing Bull and Yuki was in Red Bull all of last year, basically. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a silly decision that I think they've done it kind of backwards, but at the same time, I guess you probably want someone with more experience in this regulation of car. And Sonoda hasn't really driven this regulation of car, so it probably makes sense to put Lawson in it. But Griff saying, I just bought the Lawson Barcelona soccer jersey merch when I was in Salzburg. You've earned my respect even more, Griff. Elijah saying, what is the point of having Yuki for a reserve driver for Red Bull? Well, technically he's a reserve driver for both, isn't he? Obviously they've got Nikola Solov as well. To be honest, what I would have done is put Lawson in the Red Bull and put Solov in the V-Carb and got him a bit of practice in the V-Carb. I think Sonoda's time is relatively done with the team. I don't think he's a bad driver by any means, but I don't think he's great. I think the likes of Hajar and Solov are much better. So why not give Solov his first weekend in F1? You saw what Ollie Behrman did in a Ferrari. Why not try that out with Solov? As Ollie is out of the race. Looks like he is retired on track. Kiki, the intermediate tyres may be getting a bit better now. Riff saying, I don't think Solov is a reserve. I think it was a Wasser. That is a good point, actually. Although, realistically, what does it matter? You know, they could have put bloody Michael Schumacher in the car if they really wanted to. Do you know what I mean? But I think it would have been smarter to give it to Solov, but there's a reason why I don't run Red Bull Racing, and there's a reason why they do. Lawless Fever and Foliated Dan battling away for 12th place. We've got Kiki still chasing down Robin. This is your battle for the lead of the Grand Prix. Inters versus Wets. You can see them both getting all out of shape. It is very, very wet. Kiki now with the fastest lap of the race. I do think the Inters are becoming a little bit quicker as towards the inside goes the Williams driver. Is going to have a look down the inside. Very close to contact as the Cadillac goes a little bit wider. Kiki off the traditional racing line in the hunt of some better grip. And does the Williams have the charge to try and get through? Battery is being deployed. The Cadillac goes defensive. Towards Brooklands we go. Past the BRDC clubhouse. Round the outside at Brooklands. Never really going to work. Kiki looking for the up and under again through Luffield. You're never really going to get round the outside there. But going wider in the pursuit of a better exit. And Kiki now right in the slipstream towards Copse Corner. This could be very dangerous if Kiki gets a little bit closer. Not going to go for it here. And I think we all sigh a bit of relief that Kiki didn't go for it there. Now into Maggots and Beckett's then. And you can see Kiki just diving underneath the Cadillac rear wing at every opportunity. And there you can see Robin makes the mistake. He gets all out of shape. And through goes Kiki back into the lead of the British Grand Prix. Kiki started this race on pole position and is now back into the lead on lap 6 of 18. May not have got the start, but has most certainly got the motion at the moment, as that is a car very wide off the track. And who is that? That is Foliated Dam, who has been completely off the road in Maggots and Beckett's. Griff saying, JP, you might be jealous, but I got to meet Liam Lawson back in 2024. That is epic, Griff. I wish I'd have been in your position. That is absolutely mega. As Sander and MGA are battling very, very hard. And you can see Sander getting all out of shape, and he is going to come into contact with the barriers. He runs off the road and is now behind Cam Ruddy as Supersonic comes into the pit lane. Sander, I believe, avoided getting any damage. But that Mercedes car looks like a complete and utter handful. You can see Kiki now just running away with this race. The intermediate tyres so much better at this phase of the Grand Prix. MGA all over the back of the Stubler, trying to go to the inside of Copse Curve. And the Stubler, who I've had the pleasure of racing before, definitely no love lost. He is a very aggressive driver, squeezing MGA into the old pit wall. MGA giving him his own bit of aggressive driving back. And MGA gets through into third. Sander is back ahead of Cam Ruddy. And Sander will now try and chase down the Stubler in the battle for 4th place. V1 saying, will I be able to play at 2 p.m. today? If there are open seats on the attendance, most certainly. All you've got to do is go to the channel that says 2 p.m. social race or whatever it is. And click whatever team you want to drive for. If there's open seats, if there's not, click reserve. And that is you entered into the race. Ollie Football comes into the pit lane then for what we can only assume is a set of the intermediate compound tyres. You can see the amount of time that Sander is gaining on the Stubler. And the Mercedes really pushing on at this phase of the race. And the Stubler not getting a good exit is going to try and defend the inside line as much as possible. Sander recognises that. Is going to look to the outside of Brooklands and might be able to get round the outside with the superior grip. Gives the Stubler a bit of a nudge onto the wetter line. And that is the way you overtake in the rain. The Ferrari not able to do anything about that. It's the Mercedes man that is into 4th. I wouldn't be surprised if Kiki isn't stopping, to be honest, Luna, after starting on the Inters. I wouldn't imagine you'd really need to stop. The tyre wear isn't that bad at all, and we've only got 18 laps of this Grand Prix. We're on lap 8 already. 10 laps to go here at Silverstone, as Foliated Dam has had another moment in the Cadillac, and that is in Sector 1, still on the wet compound tyres. And I can assure you they are not the best tyres at the moment, as Foliated Dam once again off the road and really struggling as Kiki gets the fastest lap of the race. And you can see the intermediate tyres just so much better at this point of the Grand Prix. Elijah saying, aren't you meant to keep this a secret from others? Well, realistically, probably yes. But with Kiki currently being 4.4 seconds in the lead, what is the harm? Robin will surely have to come in at some point to get on a set of Inters. MGA and Sander are way too far behind. And Kiki absolutely flying away into the distance, as we've already got Lawless, Prancing Horse, K and Isotech in the pit lane as well. Ollie Football, who came in a lap ago, undercuts all of them. He's now running in 10th place. Closest battle on track is in the pit lane. between CK9K and Prancing Horse. It looks like Prancing Horse has not disconnected. I thought he may have had a bit of a moment, as Alcada is just ahead of these cars on the old wet tyres. And that is not going to be helping him at all. We've got Cam Ruddy now, who is gaining up to the Stubler. And we've seen the Stubler with some pretty aggressive defense so far. Foliated Dam gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Here comes Cam Ruddy then. He is gaining on the Stubler. Towards Stowe Corner we go. And now the club chicane, we will fly. And the McLaren, you can see the better grip on the racing line, was thinking about a move towards the inside, but a little bit too far back. As Cam gets the better exit. Not even out of shape at all through the final chicane, which is definitely a surprise in these conditions. The Stubler has to back off through turn 1. As now, are we going to see a move down the inside? Cam Ruddy thinking about it. Ducks back in behind the Ferrari slipstream. As Cam Ruddy, you can see the Stubler parking it on the apex, just trying to hold up Cam for as long as he can. But I have a feeling it's not going to be for a while. As Cam Ruddy on the drier racing line. We've got Harry in the chat as well. Welcome in, Harry. Good to see you, mate. You join us at a very soggy Silverstone. Cam Ruddy still gaining on the Stubler, is having a lot of harder time than I would have thought getting past the Stubler, but such is the defense of the Stubler. He is a little bit scary to try and gain up to and pass, it must be said. As Cam Ruddy slams the power down on the exit of Maggots and Beckett's, and will be gaining now then towards Stowe Corner. Ferrari versus McLaren. McLaren going around the outside at Stowe Corner. Doesn't have the grip to make that move work, as Cam basically pushing the Ferrari through the exit of Stowe. Cam now looking for the switchback, now around the outside at the final corner. Still not able to get by. Somehow the Stubler is defending this. Cam Ruddy still on the back of the Ferrari. We're on lap 11 of 18 of this race. Looking round the outside now is Cam Ruddy, finally looking to make the move. There's a little bit of contact. That puts Cam Ruddy on the wetter line. And he is not able to get through, but now is going to get a better exit. Goes into the back of the Stubler. Again, more contact between them. And Cam Ruddy has to duck into the slipstream. Is he going to try it down the inside line? He's not close enough to try it down the inside line. And this will be frustrating Cam, I can assure you that. As he tries to stick to the racing line. We begin the run towards Copse Corner, as we've now got a virtual safety car deployed. And I believe that is for Supersonic, who is retired from the race. Out in front, it is Kiki that is your leader. Kiki stays out. Robin in second place. Robin is going to come into the pit lane under the VSC. Into the pit lane then comes the Cadillac driver. It is a Williams 1-2 here at Silverstone. Never thought I would be saying that. It's Kiki from MG8. His execution the same. It gets a drive through and we can go back to racing conditions then. Kiki leads MGA. Sander in third place. The Stubler still running in fourth. Has not pitted yet. You can see Robin right on the back of this fight now as well on fresh intermediate tyres. Trying to get past Cam, who's trying to get past the Stubler. The Stubler's defence working well against Cam Ruddy, as Robin now might go past Cam Ruddy as we make our way through the exit of Luffield and towards Copse Corner. And Robin pushing on to try and be the next challenger to the Stubler, and he has done exactly that. Robin now up into 5th place. Now needs to try and get past the Stubler. Is going to try and do that in Maggots and Beckett. So close to contact. And the Stubler stays ahead for the time being. The Cadillac with a much better exit though is gaining on the Ferrari and looking towards the outside line of Stowe Corner. The Cadillac just a little bit slower in a straight line, but is roaring around the outside of Stowe. Little bit of contact as the Cadillac is forced off. The Stubler defends the inside line. The Cadillac takes the racing line. Stubler once again just parking on the apex and not allowing any way through. We know how aggressive the Ferrari driver can be. As into turn 1 we go again. It's the Cadillac that has to back out of it. Cam Ruddy has suffered this fate for a good few laps now, and now Robin is starting to get used to looking at this Ferrari rear wing as well. The Stubler runs in 4th. It's Robin in 5th place with Cam Ruddy in 6th. Here comes Robin towards Brooklands. Down the inside goes the Cadillac. Forces his way through. Finally, he will be thinking. Gets up into 4th place. So Cam Ruddy's got to try and take a lesson from that now. You've just got to catch the Ferrari off guard and fly your way through. Even if there is a little bit of wheel banging. JR Goalkeeping saying, JP, we should do Zandvoort at 2 PM. I'm not sure if it's me picking the track or not, to be completely honest. If it is, it's not going to be Zandvoort because we did that last night as a 50% race for a championship. So we will see. If it is me picking it, then interesting. If it isn't me picking it, then not a problem. Let me have a look. No, the track doesn't look like it's been decided yet. If it is me picking, obviously you will find out in the Discord relatively soon. Cam Ruddy still sat behind the Stubler then. The McLaren driver surely getting frustrated at this point of the race. As Lawless Fever gets through on Ollie Football. And up into 7th. Ollie trying to fight that back though. Apparently Kiki's been off the road somewhere. But is still in the lead of this race as Alcada leaves the session after his retirement. Cam Ruddy still sat behind the Stubler. As we race towards Brooklands Corner. And Cam is going to dart down the inside. He's going to try and barge his way through. The Stubler goes off. And when he comes back on, Cam Ruddy's going around the outside of Luffield. But he doesn't have the grip to just finish the move off. Apparently Kiki having issues with the throttle. And I'm sure MGA will be loving to hear that. But the Williams 1-2 may be off here. If there is an issue for Kiki. Cam Ruddy still right on the back of the Stubler. Cam just needs to get a good exit. And that's exactly what he has got. And he is wheel to wheel with the Stubler. Towards Stowe Corner we go. Surely this is the moment that Cam Ruddy needed. No, because the Stubler is still much quicker in a straight line. So Cam Ruddy is just going to have to absolutely send one down the inside or around the outside. Around the outside is where he's going to go. At the chicane, is going to try and barge his way through. Has got a wheel on the inside. Is he going to be able to pull wheel to wheel with the Ferrari? Yes, he is. So towards turn 1 we go. You can see the Stubler, though, much quicker in a straight line, but he runs off the road. Is that the mistake that Cam Ruddy needed? He finally gets through. Cam Ruddy up into 5th place. The Stubler is going to look for the dive bomb back again, but isn't going to get it as Sander stops the Williams 1-2. MGA has been passed by Sander. The Stubler, you can see, losing so much time now to Cam Ruddy. But Cam already lost 8.2 seconds, sat behind the rear wing of the Ferrari to Robin. Alcada saying, JP, you should have seen the back of the grid in the first laps. Everyone was taking each other out. Well, make sure that you've got it clipped and you report it to the stewards. And obviously, it will be looked at. Just try not to argue in the general chat. We're moving on then to lap 16 of 18 with Kiki, who is still leading this Grand Prix. Kiki flying along in the lead of this one. And the Williams driver not looking under any pressure whatsoever, under the guidance of Lunar Eclipse. Luna saying, I've just told Kiki to try and bring it home carefully. And that really is all that Kiki needs to do. 9.3 seconds in the lead. You don't need to take any risk. You could lose 4 seconds a lap and you would still be winning the race. So just try and bring it home in the best way you can. Apparently the spring in the throttle is gone, but it's not costing the Williams driver too much time, that's for sure. If anything, he's still gaining away from Sander. Kiki, your leader then, by 9.2 seconds. Harry still on the wet compound tyres. The Stubler has only just been into the pit lane for Inters. Why he would come into the pit lane now, I have no clue. He will be finishing lower than what he would have if he stayed on the wets. As Kiki is on lap 17, then the penultimate lap of this race. The gap is falling a little bit, but you would expect that now that Kiki knows just to bring it home. Don't do anything fancy or flashy. Just get the car back in one piece. Williams driver really dominating this race. It was a great call to start on the intermediate tyres. It's going to be the 3 that started on the Inters that are going to be on the podium. Cam Ruddy just falling shy because of that battle with the Stubler. But that call to start on the Inters, which I do believe came from the mind of Lunar Eclipse, definitely a very good one. So big shout out to Luna for helping Kiki out in this race. It does look like it is going to be reason for victory here in Silverstone as Kiki comes through Stowe, giving us a bit of a drift through Stowe Corner. And Kiki will move on then to the final lap of this race. Just got to keep it on the road. And it will be a victory in the 12 PM social for the Williams driver. Through turn 1 we go. As Sander sets the fastest lap of the race. You can't let that worry you. You'd have to lose 8 seconds in a single lap. V1 Aviation saying the race later at 2 p.m. What is it? The track hasn't been decided yet. It will be decided probably about 10 minutes before. It will be one-shot qualifying, a 35% race. That's what all our social races are. All of our championship events are short qualifying 50%. But all of our social races, which are at 12, 2 and 4 p.m, are one-shot qualifying 35%. Our championship races, which are at 6 and 8 p.m, are short quali 50% race. Kiki then coming towards Maggotts and Beckett's for one final time. The Williams driver doing more than enough to keep this on the road and keep this in the lead for a victory here at Silverstone. It has been incredibly wet. And Kiki giving us some weaving. Needs to be a little bit careful. But the celebrations starting early for the Williams car and the Williams team. As into the final chicane we now come. With Kiki under the guidance of Luna, has been absolutely unstoppable in this race. Kiki rounds the final corner to win the British Grand Prix. Sander will come home in second place, 8 seconds back from the Williams driver. MGA finishes in third. It's a double Williams podium here at Silverstone today. Robin will finish in fourth. It will be Cam Ruddy that comes home in fifth place. Lawless Fever in sixth with Ollie Football in seventh. The Stubler is eighth with DMN Harry in ninth. Fun will finish 10th with Isotech in 11th. CK9K 12th. Executioner same in 13th. Prancing Horse comes home 14th. Stu and Plain Gaming battling away to the line. It's Stu that will take 15th place. Plain Gaming stopping off the circuit. And I imagine not very happy. MGA was out of fuel. As Plain Gaming does slowly crawl across the line then. Nope, stopping on the line, then crawling across the line. As Executioner same in 13th place. Making their way towards the line. And that is your Grand Prix over, ladies and gentlemen. It is Kiki that is your winner. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in with me today to the 12 p.m. social race. Kiki wins with Sander in second and MGA in third. My name's been Jack. I've been your commentator. A pleasure to bring you the action. We'll be back for the 2 p.m. social race in about an hour and 15 minutes. I hope to see you there. Until I see you, take care and ta-da.